Yo, yo, yo. Y'all can hear me, right? Yes, sir. Audio is good. Nice, nice. Um, just like I'm doing every time, I'm making a small announcement on my socials, right? Give me a minute or a few seconds, I don't know. Hope y'all doing good today. Englishes are ass, in my opinion. You gotta speak up a bit, mentor. Audio low? Yeah, some people say my audio is low, some people say it's good, so I don't know. Maybe turn up your volume on YouTube or I don't know. Making an announcement now in the Discord. Hey bro, yo yo yo, what up? Feel free to tune in. Lathyrus. Okay, only a little post on X, then I'm done. Are you speaking? I hope I am. I think the audio is good. I turned everything up inside OBS, so it has to work, I think. And a few people already confirmed it was working, so I think it's fine. Live. Voice is perfect. Audio is a little small. I mean, I will turn it up. Now it's actually maxed. Maxed out on OBS. I can do no more than this, so it's way better. Nice, nice, nice. That's good to hear. Why is my X not working properly? I want to make a little post there too, live streaming the futures. Alright, I think I'm good now. Now let's start gambling. No, 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 I'm not into gambling. Roll the dice. Okay, I'm gonna look at the charts now. Um, yeah, I mean, y'all know I'm still overall bullish on NQ, but with previous day closure, I think it's more than likely to run some lows here. Maybe, obviously, we're going for previous day low here, but most of these lows here are just failure swings, right? So we can easily attack them. I don't know if this is happening today, right? But this is my overall bias going into today. Failure swings, yep. Hey bro, yo yo yo, what up? Toss the coin, heads we long. Hey brother, do you have some specific checklist before entering? I mean, specific checklist, I think yes. It's pretty mechanical. Uh, um, I'm working from the daily to the 4 hours to the 1 hour or 30 minutes. And the things I want to see on those time frames are very specific, if I can say it like that. So of course this is my entry time frame. I want to be in a C2, 3 or 4 in this fractal. I want the daily to be a C2, 3, sometimes 4. It just depends if the target is still there. Are we in an expansion candle? So I want to be in a daily, no I mean 4 hour, C2, 3 or 4. I'd rarely trade the 4 hour and daily C4s, but to fractalize it on 1 hour and 30 minutes is fine. But if you all look on my Twitter page, I'm almost every time taking C2, C3 daily daily candle trades, and then 4 hour I want to confirm something like an internal here to external. I traded this move higher, or I traded this move here. We can see this closure like this. So we actually had a reversal here, and that was a daily C2 reversal candle as well. So then we have daily C2 into 4 hour C3 candle, so that's still fine, into the objectives here. Then we are fractalizing the same thing to the 1 hour and 30 minute, and we had the same. We had a C3 on the 1 hour, and then we just trade one of the continuation signatures. Let me pull up my entries signatures. It's in the Discord, shit. I think I cannot pull it up here. I do not want to open Discord on my PC since last stream my PC crashed at the end somehow. But entry is the least important. We shorting this pile of bricks or what? Yeah, I mean it's very obvious. And QE as YM, RTY are heading lower. But this move is not really supported for me to trade. I mean, previous day close as a C2 is likely to go to the value gap here for RTY, for example. So we have our external to internal here, or maybe this gap down there is still possible. But overall, we made very good. We have our monthly gap here, C2 closure, so I'm expecting this high to get run out. Weekly, we formed a swing formation down here. We are currently in C5. So what's possible here is we get a potential move down or SMT, but we form a new C2 candle, or we get SMT down here. That's fine too with YM, but currently I think we need some little retrace, maybe to here, to then long, find a new daily fractal to go higher. Basically same for YM. It makes no sense for YM to melt from this level here, in my opinion, to go to the lows here, since we have confirmed SMT on these lows, so it makes no sense to reverse here. It makes sense to retrace, maybe to this low, and then to attack the high, but for now it's just not good for my model yet. Is SMT a must for trading? Yes, if you want to trade away from a high or low of the day, and you will see me do that every time. Like it will look like this. At the point I was trading this move higher here, we got a SMT here on the lows. This was a 4 hour PSP as well. So we have like a PSP and one crack here. So I need one crack, a 2-stage crack or a PSP for my low of the day confirmation. And then I want to see the assets in the triad or in this example for RTY, I want to see YM expand away from that formation, and we did. We had this SMT here, as you all can see, and both assets expand away from the formation down there. So yes, I do require an SMT to trade away from, and for me it's fine to, let's say the SMT happened here at these lows. I do not need to get inside this piece of price action. It's still fine for me to trade, for example, here to these highs here, so that we fail to reverse from this high and these highs here. Then I can trade the continuation, but I'm still trading away from the SMT down here, right? So it's still good to trade a continuation. We get a new phase of price above this high, for example, our current daily high or this high. And like I explained in my most recent video, if you all watched that video, you can expect a new phase of price or a continuation. Let me check the chat. I got stopped out on gold, PSPC2, 7 AM. You give me some advice. A friend of mine took the same inside here, I think, around this piece of price action inside here. But the thing is, first of all, we have a big SMT here with silver. I'm not using that most of the time, but we have it. And we are just ranging. We took the high, and as you all can see, what do we want to see around a swing high? Like I explained in my recent video, we can get a new phase of price. This can be a reversal from the high. We can get a consolidation here, or we get a retracement. And currently we are more retracing than reversing. So that's still good for higher prices, but it's not something I want to engage here. We are in this range, although we form some S&T at these lows, but we are just ranging. 4 hour leads more to a consolidation here. So basically that for gold. Yo bro, yesterday took a 1 minute RB short trying to target range low. Was it valid? Let me check. I'm actually bearish intraday on the oils as well today. So we can clearly see it expanding lower, so that's nice. Oh, we have the open today, right? Now, exactly now. Let me watch the open first, then I will come back to your question about RB. Why I'm flipping like you're saying? ES not doing a lot here. Let me remove this one here. And Q lower, so basically what I was thinking in QES with NQ leader to the downside, yeah. I think NQ took previous day low, yes it did just now here. Yeah, very obvious, so I'm gonna monitor what's happening here at this low. I think kinda same for ES. Not yet at previous day low here. Most of the time if I do not have a trade on prior to the open on NQESYM, I'm not entering even after the first 30 minutes after the open. So that means I'm waiting for 10 AM. If I do not get any trade during 8 AM or prior to 9 AM, then I'm just waiting for this closure of the 4-hour candle. So I can look at RB now. You said you were shorting yesterday. 11:50, 1 minute. I mean, I answered exactly this question to someone in the Discord as well, in Lathyrus. Oil is very hard to trade since it can be decoupled most of the time. But if it's as clean as we are used to trade on NQESYM, you obviously can trade it, but the 1 minute is not even for me. Let me say it like that. I'm not even going to the 1 minute. So I think you took a short around here. The target is low. Yeah, I mean, I understand your trade. I understand it. Let me check the... So basically with seeing this, you participate, I think around this here. You can see this day, first 4-hour candles are not doing a lot here, but you can see 2 a.m. expand. You can see 6 a.m. expand and 10 a.m. and then you trying to participate late in the 10 a.m. candle. So we attack these lows here. How likely is it that this daily candle is expanding all the way through here? It is very obvious once we get to this low we can get some new phase of price, but I would have not shorted anywhere in this candle this low or past this, so your trade would have been in the 2 a.m. or around the 6 a.m. open. That's just my opinion, since I'm just monitoring how likely is it to deliver, how likely is it for this 10 a.m. candle and the next 4-hour candle to just melt to the low here or lower. Really love your YouTube series you have scheduled. I'm working on my next video actually. I try to upload one video every Sunday or every weekend, to say it like that. But thank you, I appreciate it. Now RTY daily internal has failure to manipulate phase of price, looking too short. No worries, I talked about RTY already, and I said I was bullish, but the daily closure of previous day was not that great, so we could have made an external to internal move. But like I'm seeing now, we are reversing here. So this is actually in alignment with my bias, like I said. So I do not know if we're gonna go high from this gap or this gap. I'm just trading the plan, and currently we are at previous day low. So then we are looking for example, an SMT on the 4-hour. Currently we do have an SMT here. So I think YM has an SMT as well with NQ. This one here. So what do we want to see? What do we want to see? We want to see if you form an SMT, right? We want to see, in this case, we want a long. So the weakest asset, in this case NQ, needs to reverse or even show momentum higher. Can look like a retracement, but it should reverse here. It should not continue through the low. That's the main thing. Then we can look for maybe longs on YM, or I'm leaning to RTY, but not trading inside this 4-hour candle. But it's a very good sign. We have our SMT at potential low of the day with this as first target, and still all-time highs. I think it's all-time highs, right? No, not all-time highs, but a swing higher. So what do we want to see from here? We first want to see the closure, since we can still reverse here. Same for YM, but it's looking good to set up a low of the day. A closure above this set of down close candle would have been good. But same for the 1 hour though. But if you just trade or pump here, we're gonna need some development, right? I'm not shooting, like y'all know, the first order block out there. I wanna see one of my entry signatures form basically inside the next 30 or 1 hour candle. So this needs some time to develop. We gonna watch the closure at first. Cooker. Oh my god, I forgot I'm on a trade actually. I'm on this trade, but Splash just reminded me I'm on a trade. I'm actually on this CL trade. What the fuck? Gonna go over that in a minute. We have 4-hour 2-stage PSP on NQ. Yeah, I just wanted to see one of the assets NQESYM go to previous day low and form a reversal on the weakest asset. So in this case, we have to try it, NQESYM. What do we want to see on the weakest asset? It's basically same for my oil trade. We'll go over that as well. What do we want to see on the weakest asset? It should reverse here, or even not continue through the low. So we wait for closure, right? Since we have in this 1 hour and 30-minute candle, we have more than 20 minutes left. So we need some development there. Do you require SMT like if we get high time from ST? I do not require any SMT on my 5 or 3 minute. I'm not using the 15 minute myself. It's just, is it on here still? Nah, I removed it already. I'm not using the 50 minutes, so I want to pull up my signature. Can I pull it up? Give me 1 second, then I will show you all my entry signature, and that's basically all I need for the lower time frame. If the everything is aligned, put it on this one. It's gonna be in a screenshot, I think. I don't want to open my Discord on here since I don't want to get my PC crashed again. So these are basically my entry signatures. So it can be a stopper and into a change, and then I want to see the assets all kind of make a change. Sometimes we want to trade shorts here, for example. Sometimes the strongest asset in the triad, like the asset you do not want to trade, is making not making the changes, for example here, but we want to trade away from that stop run as well. Same for the SMT. We want to confirm SMTs by trading away from the SMT and the other assets as well. Or we have this example where we have a gap into a change. So that are basically the entries. I'm gonna put it up here so y'all can view it, and I can go over it easily. So still waiting for the close here on the 30 minute. Then it's looking good for some higher prices, and if it's close like this on NQES, then I'm leaning to bullish movement, and it just depends on what asset I want to trade. Of course, YM has the higher time frame SMT here on the 4 hour in its favor, but we want to see the closures first. Like it's flipping already now, so we just gonna wait. So for the people that are trading now, don't long these CSDs like this right after the open. Please do not. Please, please, please. My dog is barking. Checking the chat again. Do you require SMT? I was going over that. Pre-FOMC they may have tricky PA. Yeah, I mean I'm just trading what I'm seeing, right? So if I see some decent setup, I'm just trading it. And as you all know, one of my signatures is a fair value gap into a change, but I'm not trading this. And why is that? I'm waiting for the new candle in this scenario here. Since how likely is it that if we make the change, we are straight up rallying? We hit those highs here, some highs here, so we are getting maybe some new phase of price here, and the signature will become clean for long if you are on site, right? It will show. Do you wait for signature on both ES and Q? I'm waiting for my entry signature on one of the pairs, but so for example here we have NQ making the change. I want to at least see the other assets making some change as well. Or I can better say the other way around. Let's say we want to trade ES here, this SMT like this. So we need a change. It happened prior to 9:30. We had a change here. So then NQ is the weakest asset to long. We want to make some sort of momentum higher or a CISD as well on this asset. So it has to be in alignment, but we all know the other assets can be stronger or weaker. So sometimes you see one asset make a change and another asset just did not make a change by a tick or a few ticks, but we want to see it trade away from that signature. Um, how to filter CSD closure by time. I mean, the best thing you can do is wait for closures, but for entries, I can just use one of these closures below a CSD. Same for here, it's just closure below. And it all depends on how much price is closing below. Let's say we want to trade the change here. If this candle, this one, is closing here, that's not favorable for our RR since our entry is here and our stop will be here. Then we are waiting for a retest, or we just miss the first move and we get the second one. That's fine too. So to summarize, if price is making a change way too far closing by the change, so down here for example, then wait for a retest or a new confirmation to enter. Since we are not leaving RR on the table to just get in a trade. Appreciate it, man. Be consistent. Yeah, I will. Um, I will at least upload one time a week, and it's in the weekend. And I will stream like 1 or 2 times a week, just like I'm doing now. Do we have a rule to wait for 10 a.m. news, or you can just enter before 10 a.m.? Yes, I can enter before. It all depends on the framework. Let's say, this is just hypothetically. Let's say everything for me on RTY is aligned to um, long here, and we have our invalidation, everything is there, and we long like this, for example, to be clear, then if this is low of the day and my invalidation is right, 10 a.m. should not manipulate, but I'm talking Dutch in between, it should expand higher. So yes, I can trade before, but then I have to have my invalidations clear. I have to have my low of the day clear. So this is why we wait for closures, since it can still be high resistance to go higher. Same for YM, same for ES, and same for NQ. So this is why I do not trade the first change. We wait for closures to make it more clear. This is crazy. 89 people watching, almost 100. Please leave a like. I really appreciate the support. And yeah, I mean, if you all support me, it just pushes me to make more content, stream more on YouTube as well. So is that two-stage SMT RTY YM on daily? What SMT? This one here? Yeah, I mean it's between previous day low as well here, like this. And the SMT on YM is between NQ previous day low. But like I said, I do not like this movement here a lot. Maybe for a scalp is fine, but on the daily, if we can get some follow through on RTY, this is the best asset. Y'all can clearly see RTY is retracing the least. As you can see, NQ retracing, ES retracing, YM retracing more, but RTY is not really retracing, just by looking at structure, right? Longs at 10 a.m. looks possible framing a reversal from. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at, but as y'all know, we can get some new phase of price at this low, relevant low. This can be a continuation, true. This can be a reversal or some consolidation here, or retracement. That's an option too. So for now, it's looking like a reversal, but I need some closures. I need some good closures in alignment with the other assets. Let me look at the chat. Good advice, something it does look reversal in real time though, V-shape. Yeah, that's basically the thing here. This is the weakest asset inside the triad, and it's forming a nice V-shape, so I know a lot of people will look for longs here, and I'm not saying it won't play out, but be careful with longing here the weakest asset in the triad. And I'm going over my oil trade now. I think I took TP here, let me check. Yeah, I took TP. That's nice. What did I want to say? Yeah, it's same for oil trade here as well. Yeah, banger trade, of course. But it's the same thing here. As you all can see on lower time frame, we can see RB and CL were basically the same type of price action, but HO, it was way weaker. And then HO is approaching is low of the day as the leading asset to the downside. So for shorts, in the first place, CL and RB are not that good, since we all can see HO is weaker. But what do we want to see around this low? This is same low on RB and CL. So we can get a new phase of price. This can be a reversal, so like a V-shape higher. This can be a consolidation. As y'all watch my new video, we can trade consolidations by SMT or by taking the range and go lower after that. Or we can retrace. But what do we not want to see here to trade CL or RB? We do not want to see the leading asset to the downside, in this case HO, reverse from its relevant low. We want to see it consolidate here, then we can trade a catch up on CL RB. So we want to see it consolidate or just continue with the spool like we did here. That's basically what you want to see on the leading asset to trade the lagging, in this case oil and RB, to the downside. I mean, trade was very obvious. Daily, we have the SMT here on the highs with RB here. So we have SMT crack. That's the first crack on the daily. For this one, again, I'm teaching everyone in the Discord to look at the daily, but sometimes I'm looking at the 6 hour as well as my daily chart. But to make it easy for you all, just stick to the daily, since 90% of the time I'm using the daily as well, and just 5 or 10% I'm using the 6 hour. But today, what did I want to see? I do not want to see price retrace this deep. So I want to find the key level on 4 hour, 6 hour inside discount of previous day range. And what do we have here? We have our fair value gap here. We have our C2 candle here, reversal into expansion. We have our, this is 7 a.m. Wait. This is 7 a.m. 30 minutes. 7 a.m. 6:30. It was one. The candle that hit this high, this one, is bullish here, but it's bearish. There was an SMT like this, I think. No, I'm not sure. I mean, there was an SMT, higher time from SMT, PSP, so I can trade away from a PSP, one stage or two stage, and we had our PSP here. Yeah, so I basically entered inside this 7:30 30-minute candle. So this is the fractal, C2, I traded C3. So we have 6 hour reversal into expansion from a 6 hour fair value gap, same for the 4 hour. 30 minute we traded C3, and then we just look for our continuation signature. We have our fair value gap into CISD here. So I entered on 3 minute actually, 3 minute fair value gap here. I entered here. Like this. I traded it here. Invalidation at this high in the gap, order block. Very clear, and you all can see ADM started to expand lower. This is criminal, by the way, leaving those failure swings. Well, yo, 100 people watching at the same time, crazy. That's a new milestone. Let me check the chat. Bro, what's your age? I'm 21. 21 years young. If I can say it like that. How do you confirm failure to reverse? Go on lower time frame and look where the price. Yeah, I have some great examples in my video. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not really trying to get you to look my video, but it's very clear in that video. It was on. Most of the examples were on RTY as well, but it's working on NQ, ES, all the same. So we have basically our reversal here. Then this is our current daily high. So we can expect a new phase of price. We can retrace, or we can aggressively reverse, or we can just consolidate and continue with an SMT or a stop run. So what do we see here? I'm using for entries 3 and 5 minutes. What can we see here? We are clearly trading through the high, not reversing at all. With this down close candle, we could have still reversed like this, aggressive, but it should not continue from this gap here or this gap. It's basically one big gap. It should not form one of these continuation signatures, and in this case it was this one, fair value gap into a change. If we are going to trade lower from this current intraday high, we should not form a continuation signature like this, FEG into CISD here. We should just reverse if we are bearish, or it could have been a consolidation like I said, but then we wait for or an SMT at the low or a stop run here like this to trade the continuation. So it's very useful to look for new phases of price around certain levels. Let me go over another one. I had another example. Here I got chopped up. We get to some highs here. We took this high here. So I'm still bullish, but I expect a new phase of price. So if I remember correctly, we had some sort of SMT here like this. So I ended on this change here. And as y'all can see, I got stopped out by a few ticks. This is what happens too. This is just reality. That's just how it works. But for me, it's very good to know my overall direction was still good, right? To trade to the other highs to the left. So for now, my entry signature did not work, but it's part of the game. So we are approaching 10 AM too, so I need to look at that as well. This one was traded live as well. It was not a failure to reverse, but just a continuation. Took this first, fair value gap into a change here. All the other things were aligned as well. First, second one was stop run into a change here, like this. But I mean, I should just watch the video. Very good video about how I use phase of price. I do not claim any of the concepts I'm teaching. I just tell y'all how I approached price with these concepts, how I used them personally. Let me check the chat. So much sauce. I hope y'all learned something. Yeah, that's basically my goal. Yes, look like leading asset at the moment. So yeah, as y'all can see, NQ not really doing a lot here. But I just know people think we sweep previous day low, we formed a V-shape, CISD, and we are good to go. But that's just not how it works. And like you're saying, I think YM is more leading, ES middle, since YM is already at those highs here. So what is it good to look for at those highs. I think it's those highs and maybe this high. So if the leading asset, in this case YM, is actually failing to reverse, since it formed, like I said, the continuation signature here at those relevant highs. If we are closing good on, for example, the 30-minute as well, we close strong, then we can look for SMT breaks on NQ and ES, since from the relevant highs here, YM is not reversing. So if you want to put in an SMT for shorts, YM should have reversed here at those highs, show the reversal, and then we put in an SMT like this. But that's not happening right now. So we can actually look for longs on ES, since it has the higher time from SMT between NQ to these highs, to break the SMT here with YM. That's basically the main thing to focus on, I think. But like I said, I want to look for the closure as well. Most important is, in this case, YM, since it's the leading asset to the upside, and that's the direction I want to trade. So if it's closing anywhere near its wick high like this, that's good. It should not close here. It should close strong. That's what we want to see. And like I said, sometimes we need some more time to develop. Let's see. Very nice trade here on oil as well. I took my 4R. No, it was a little bit less. I think I put my stop loss maybe here at this high, so it was like 3.5, I think. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter since it was a winner, and that's good. But very clean framework. Like I said, leading asset fails to reverse from intraday low here. We can see it consolidate and continue. Then it's very fine to trade any continuation signature here on CL or RB. So that's how you use phases of prices as well on the leading assets, or asset. In this case, leading asset was HO. How is it reacting from this low here and this low? If it's not reversing and put in some sort of SMT, we can trade the catch up on RB on or CL. And it's melting really good now, but I already closed here. She's YM. Do you use silver for SMT? No, I use these tries here. Gold triad and silver triad, but it's fine to use gold, silver and gold euro as well, since these are very strong correlated as well, but I just want to use gold and silver separately, but it's fine. She's YM. Yeah, I want to see some closure first. This is a decent closure for 10 AM longs. Since if we are bearish, why should the leading asset or the strongest asset retrace this deep? Too short then. It's not making a lot of sense. So we are actually in a C2 on the 1 hour and in a C4 on the 30-minute. So we can take some time to trade longs to this high and this high there. So as I said, we're gonna break SMT, got to break the SMT here on ES with YM, and overall asset is NQ the weakest. So this is actually looking like a swing formation as well. So if we can get some confirmation here that NQ is setting up as well to break the same SMT at those highs here, or it's flying, but that's fine. I mean, there was no real entry signature here for me as well. Not one of these. Let me check the chat. Do you use... I already answered that. I can't even think to trade energy, try too much ranging and decoupling. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, to beginners or people that are not that advanced, I should recommend not looking at the energy trade if it's not that clean as you are, as you think in QESYM are sometimes, right? I don't know how to say it correctly, but if it's not clean, do not trade it. Two-stage PSP is SMT plus. No, for so you mean to confirm the two-stage PSP is SMT plus. A two-stage is like something like this. I mean, it's in my video as well. In my daily bias video, you can look at these two stages. It's something like this. So it's weaker first and then, or stronger first and then weaker, or the other way around. Look at gold. Yeah, I was going over this in the early minutes of this stream, but not looking to engage here. We took the relevant high. We can expect a new phase of price. We can look for a consolidation and going higher with a stop run like this or an SMT. We can retrace or reverse. For now, it's looking more like a consolidation. So best scenario is to get some SMT or maybe take range low to go higher. And I know we have SMT on the low here, but I don't know if we are bullish on gold and this is a true SMT. Assets are expanding away from it. That's good, but currently it's not doing a lot. It should have gone higher as well already. But how much you risk per trade? For now, if I'm trading like funded capital, you should just risk like, let me say it first for challenges. It depends on how far you are in your journey. If you are trading one account to pass, then you should just risk normal, like a 0.5% or like 1%. Do not try to rush it. Trade it as a funded, and then for the funded stage, you go for 0.5% risk or maybe a little bit lower, since contracts sometimes does not allow you to risk properly, right? So you risk half or a little bit less, not more, in my opinion. So that's for the funded stage, but for challenges, if you are, yeah, you have like a few funded accounts, like I have multiple, and I want to pass some, I just use risk like 1% or more, 1.5%, depends. Yo, Marcelo, what up? Glad to have you here. What do you think about YM Yeah, basically same. RTY really looks good for me for higher prices during this 10 a.m. candle. If this 10 a.m. is not retracing deeper, I do not want to retrace it to here and then go higher. It should stay in this range here, like this, and find support like it's doing right here. So for the 4 hour to trade this expansion candle higher, we should not retrace that deep. But like I said, we can take some time to form one of these signatures, one of these in here. You're a machine, bro. Thanks. Same vibes as Garrett. No worries. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And Q gaining strength. I mean, I thought so, but not yet. But either way, we are not forming one of these yet. I think we took the high here, no? Ah, the classic. The classic. So we are kind of flipping some strength. For now, I'm not so sure. Since we have still room for ES to take out these highs here and form a new phase of price for continuation, That's still possible. But we have currently SMT on both sides, on the lows between NQESYM and on the highs. So then you ask yourself what's the logical SMT to break and to trade. And if you do not know, then stay out for a bit, wait for more price action to form, and then trade after it. You're not worried about the 6-hour gap? I did not really notice it. Yeah, we still can reverse there, but to trade this as a reversal, do we have any form of SMT there? Yeah, we have, but it's criminal to trade away from these highs here in the first place. ES as middle asset, why would it trade away? I mean, it took this high, but it's just failure swings here. Yeah. Like I said, in the first place I want to see ES going higher to break the SMT here. Yeah, at these highs here. But we can break also the SMT on the lows with NQ. So for now I'm not that sure, since I can really frame both sides here. So then it's RTY coming in clutch. Not yet. I mean, we have 10 AM open here on our RTY. So how do we qualify an expansion candle? We should not retrace this deep. That's not ideal. I wanna catch a win on stream so bad, but not gonna force anything if it's not there. And I'm not... I mean, why would have... Yo. The fuck? What did I wanna say? And I mean, if there's some setup outside my window I wanna trade live, of course I'm taking it. Like this one. Of course I'm taking it. Is gold as clean as indices? Look for yourself. Relevant high taken here. What do we get? Consolidation. Foundation in your trading must have high probability A. I mean, I'm not trading B plus setups, it's just A plus or none. It ticks the boxes for me, or it's not a trade at all. That's basically how you should approach trades. Even though you're trading a challenge, you should not say like, this is a B plus setup, but it's just to pass challenges. Then you will introduce yourself to bad habits. You do not want to do that. But foundation, I mean, my foundation is really the higher time frame daily chart foundation to my trading. So I have a video about that on my YouTube. Very clear. Very good video, I think. SMT with YM. Yeah, we have SMT at these highs here, but I can frame both sides currently. I can frame longs on ES to break the SMT here, but I can frame the shorts to break the SMT here as well, since NQ is not doing a lot here. RTY YM gap fill, I think it's not happening anymore. No, RTY took it as well. But if he forms some sort of... Let me check. I mean, if you are going to long RTY, this should be the bottom wick of the 10 AM candle, this one here. We should not want to get close to the lows here again. We should just form the CISD here and then long RTY. That's something I'm looking at right now. Since it has everything. We have a daily C2 candle. How do we confirm C2 candles? SMT. We have SMT here on the lows with YM. We reverse. We have a C2 candle here. We are currently in the C3, a 4-hour candle. We do not want to see it retrace this deep. So it should form the low here and expand, or I mean if we retrace like this and somehow reverse here, I'm not really looking to trade there. We should go higher right now. Then 30-minute and 1 hour we are in like a C3 on the 1 hour, formed our CISD here. So if we are bull, we should go higher here and form some sort of CISD here, like this. So this is basically what I'm watching now. Do not want to see it really trade here. Then I'm not really looking for any setups long. SMT now, bro. 3 minutes. What do you mean 3 minutes? There is nothing for me yet. There is none to trade yet. Gap fill. YM did. Oh, YM did not. Yeah, we have like a gap fill, but I'm not paying attention to the 50-minute at all. Is there some... I mean, I think the foundation is already in the Lathyrus as well, inside Lathyrus, but I don't know what's your understanding about price action, since the concepts we are using are pretty easy, and the goal is, if you are joining Lathyrus, the goal is not to know everything from the first week or first 2 weeks. You should just focus on a few things in the beginning. Gonna look for that in price action, and then start to add things to it and not overcomplicate everything. You mean the S&T on 3 minutes? I don't understand why you can frame shorts on indices. Yeah, the daily is very bullish. The daily is bullish, yeah. But currently, well, we have S&T on both sides currently. So intraday, high time frame, I'm bullish. So that's obviously, like you said, I'm bull. But currently we have like SMT here and we have SMT here. So then we want to see what the leading asset to the upside, in this case YM, is doing, and what is the leading asset to, or the most weak asset is doing. So it's reversing from this low. So currently the most obvious thing to do is to go to the high here and to the high here on the lagging and middle asset to break the SMT with YM. But the other thing is that can happen is we break the SMT on the low on NQ here. But most obvious one is higher prices, and that's right. But I'm most interested in taking some long here. For example, like this, below the order block. Do we get 2R here? Almost. So currently only focused on something like this. Maybe you have, no, 3 minute is way higher for a change. So I'm looking for the 5 minute here, putting my stop around the order block low, around this low. So if you make the change here, does it make sense to go here and go higher? No, not really. So for now, I'm waiting for this one to give a shot. So we have 2.3 minutes more left. Please let me go to the toilet real fast. We see break. 1 minute. I'm going fast. Give me 1 minute. I hope I will not lose a lot of viewers, but I'm back in a few seconds. Yo, 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 I'm back. I am back. Is that 5 minute RTY not good? I want to take that. This is good, yeah. I mean, I'm looking for this as well. So, what do you want to see here? Like, if we close here with a 5 minute candle, I'm not trading it since the RR is not there. If we close around this area with the 5 minute candle, I am trading that, right? Since everything is there. SMT at low of the day. We are in a C3 on the 1 hour. 10 a.m. should be an expansion higher. So it's there for me. Hi Ferocious, make a video on how to identify no trade day. I mean I can, yeah, but it's basically if you follow my daily bias video that's on my YouTube as well, then you know yeah, what assets to trade that day or not, since I only have gold here since y'all are asking me to analyze gold, but based on this daily, I already know I'm not interested in trading gold today, so I can basically remove this. But it's just on here for y'all, for me to analyze, right? But I already know by going into the day what assets to trade or what has the potential on the daily, right? We have equal low and equal high, and yes, I think we have the manipulation on one of the side to get a real move. Yeah, for ES, it's again the middle asset since NQ took the low and YM not, and YM took the high, so y'all can see when YM is leader, we have middle ES and the weakest NQ, and it's basically the other way around as well. When NQ is leader, ES is middle, and YM is the weakest, or the lagging in this case. I don't know who told me that back in the days, maybe it was T-Trades or Garrett, but this is basically very good. Does every mentor in the mentorship use? No, we all have our same views. So um, I know Splash is training 1 minute, Afis is training 1 minute, Jay as well. But I'm more of trading the 3 and 5 minute, and they are more into the NQESYM, just like me. But I'm using RTY and the energies as well. So that's maybe a little bit different. Isn't the long on YM more probable because YM didn't take? So you mean we have like this SMT here? Yeah, it's possible. Um, but I think overall RTY is better. It's again more of a range play since I had my longs here as well, clear range to go higher. And the thing is, when for example today YM and RTY are both clean for longs, for example, both are good to long now. RTY can still fly while YM, ES and NQ are doing nothing. So yeah, that's basically why I prefer, if there's a setup between YM and RTY, I prefer RTY. I see that deliver most of the time. Oh no, RTY about to cook again. I mean, not yet. If we get some decent closure. On the 30 minute we could possibly be forming a nice internal to external closure. Bro, y'all see me cook here, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me pull up the executions here. I don't know if y'all can see this. I took the long actually on the 3 minute here, like I said, or the short here. Here, stop here, maybe a tick above, and to exactly that level here. So very clear trade. And in my journal it says as well my trades that are good. So my winners for about 3R, 2.5 or 3.5. My winners has a crazy RR sometimes. Sometimes it's running like more than 10 or 11 as well. $10 AM driver failed to expand, manipulate or reverse. Maybe it consolidate/intraday. Yeah, it's possible as well. But then um we are not getting the entry signatures, I think. And like if price is showing it wants to expand, in either way it will give the signatures for that, right? And then I'm taking my advantage of it. What do you mean by good for long? What asset? What asset are we talking about? RTY? RTY is good for longs for me. What prop do you use? I am with a few Apex accounts and currently I passed one Funded Futures as well just for an add-on, and I passed two funded ticks, and I think so the my Funded Futures and the funding ticks are live, and I'm passing 4 funding ticks as well to go with max allocation there. But mainly Apex. I just trying to scale now. The last month and a half to 2 months, I'm looking to scale. You take a trade if RTY and YM are looking good. I do not need in QES to be in sync for me to trade RTY. It's just RTY between YM, and if that's looking good, I can trade RTY. Do you have ever thought we could reverse after weekly stage? What do you mean? What weekly stage? We had our SMT on RB for downside to this low here. HO was hinting to those shorts as well by failing to continue through this high here. So RB and everything was cooking, but today for me the best setup or reversal to trade was this reversal here, since RB was just melting here, no entry signature, and by that time HO was already low, so CL was just a good trade for me. No, no, I'm not with top step. No. Can you give a recap on shorts? Funny tech so underrated. When I had my funded futures, I mean, I just subscribed to the data, so I'm paying myself as well on my TradingView account, so maybe that's the reason. My oil recap, let me go over that. Like I said, we had the reversal here, or I mean the SMT here. Then we are taking previous daily range of this candle. We have 50% here. We have our 4-hour key level and discount here of previous daily range, so no deep retracement on the current daily candle. Then we are trading this 6 AM reversal into expansion. How do we qualify this as a reversal into expansion candle? We have our PSP while we hit this level here. So how do we confirm this SMT? We want to see the assets trade away from it inside the triad, and we do. So the 30-minute here, this is our C2 on the 30-minute as well, while we take this high here. So I traded the C3 on the 30-minute with my entry continuation signature. Here I traded this FEG, overlapping FEG here. It's a 5-minute FEG here as well, so it's overlapping into a CISD here. So basically this continuation signature here. Then you could have you could have traded this one here, this order block. This is not one of my signatures, since it's just an order block here, but it was good as well for some people, I think. And then just catching the reversal up here. Most favorable RR wise, and y'all can see it melt. So on my losers and winners, I'm journaling the max RR it's doing. So for example, I'm doing like 2.6 on this trade. I also want to know what are my winners doing to the max to end of the day. So I'm taking the 16 hour here. Then what is my trade doing to the end of the day so I can maximize my winners. Maybe next time I will take a partial at 3.5R and leave the remaining runners to 5R, for example. That's how you filter your winning setups and for your losers as well. So when I did my back test on my model and approach, I noticed my losing trades. I could have get way less losers if I'm going break even at 2R, since my trades that are doing 2R, it makes no sense to get a stop out as well, since if I'm doing 2R we are clearly expanding, so it makes no sense to retrace this deep, since that's not a signature you want to see in expansion phases, to then trade lower. So when I'm doing 2R, I'm going break even, and then we most likely continue lower most of the time. And if we are hitting break even when we go break even at 2R, sometimes I'm protecting my capital by seeing those deep retracements, and that's not favorable at all for expansions. Let me check the chat. Weekly, Tuesdays, bullish SMT. I don't see anything worth to risk my money today. I mean, this is starting to look good. We can still see YM go to this fair value gap here. Is this again? We closed exactly at the order block here. So we can still form an SMT here with YM. Like this. I would have loved to see a closure here. I was yapping a lot and it's closing here. 30-minute PSP. Closed over on it. Yeah, I mean it's just at I mean, if it's flying now, I will miss it, but I'm very strict on the closures for my entries as well. Audio, yeah. My headset, if there's no sound on my PC, so in my background, for example, Spotify or something, or YouTube, my headset will just turn off every 30 minutes. It's fucking annoying, but it's doing that. 140 viewers, crazy, and only 60 likes. I'm sure we can run it up to like 80, maybe 90 if everyone is liking. It would mean a lot to me, the support. Since I just like to see everyone succeed in trading, and I mean I cannot go every day live here on YouTube, but most of the days I can, one or two. What's your rules on closure? I mean, just candle closures, closing over the CISD here, so closing like here, and not at it, at the CISD here. And I'm still leaning, like I said, to these failure swings here. And NQ is just lagging, but it will maybe get here as well to those highs. And then RTY really favorable to long here. So we kind of get we have our SMT here as well, right? Bro, I'm not focused somehow. We have SMT here. I mean, if we close now in the coming minute and we make a little pullback, I'm giving it a shot with half risk, just half risk, since I really got a banger here. The date is wrong in the title. You are very sharp. Updating it right now. Sharp, sharp. Thanks for letting me know. 85 likes. I knew we could do it. I knew. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for the stream. No worries. I'm going live again Friday as well. 30-minute internal external for YM. That's possible, but if RTY is closing like this, I'm waiting for the retest to long it. Or it's flying already, that's fine. But then I know I was right. Yeah, so we closed above now, so I'm putting my order here. Half risk though. We have our SMT here as well, so I maybe trailing my stop loss a little, like this. And let's see if I get filled here. Let me put up the risk. Let me put it at 33. This limit. I got tagged here. I'm in. I am exactly in the trade as as it's here, like this. Exactly 33 limit. 39 actually, lol. Like this, and you will see what's offering, if it's offering any movement higher. I do not want to see it really reverse here. I want to see this break and this plays through, but we will see first. Let me check. Why don't you want to see the 30-minute gap? It's not necessarily for me here. It can still form. That YM is going into the gap here. This one actually. That's still possible, but I got my sequence for RTY longs, and RTY should not break this low here and this SMT. So if I'm right, how do I say this? If I'm right, we should not retrace this deep here. And if we do and still expand higher, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm following my rules here, closure above, retest, so I can monitor now what to do. In the meantime, give me a minute logging into my TraderFate account on my Mac to check something, if it's working properly. need to fill some shit in as well to log in. I mean, if you all have some questions, just drop it now, then I will go over it in a second. So we wanna see some continuation through this high. 3 minutes, 5 minutes should close through it, not reverse from it. That should be nice. So let's see how this 5 minutes is behaving here in the first place. I need to close some stops. Manually. Alright, we are a little bit dropping here. Not really what you wanna see, but invalidation is still down here, so just waiting for new price action to develop. Since if RTY is not dropping too much, we can still get that gap SMT here with YM filling the gap. It's not necessarily, but maybe it sets the stage for YM to go higher. I don't know. Let me check the chat. You're the goat. I mean, I'm not the goat. Not the goat yet. When do you wait in these? When do you wait in these kind of PSP from? I do everything I want is in here since I have the SMTs or the SMT at the low here. We have the SMT here with YM. Both assets expand away from it. So we have the SMT. Then I just need a fractal to get in since we have our daily reversal into expansion candle. We have our 4-hour continuation candle. We have our 1 hour C3 candle. So everything that's resting for me is to wait for an entry signature inside one of those 30-minute or 1 hour candles, right? I think something is fucking up, but it's fine. My trade copia is just bugging on my Mac, so I can't view if everything is copied correctly. There is 2/6 PSP on 50-minute. Yeah, personally I'm not using the 50-minute, but I mean this is a protected low here, right? We have the gap on the 50-minute as well, but we have the 5-minute swing formation here. We have this scenario and this in one, right? So that's very good. So based on everything I want to see, it's looking good, but we will see how we deliver, right? It can be a loss, that's part of the edge. Since we have our SMT here, like I said, we have 2 in 1 entry signature here. We can do 2R to the high, so that's good. If a trade is offering like 1R to the main objective, then I'm not taking the trade. But give me 1 minute to check on my... Is anyone in here trading with funding ticks? Since somehow every time I open an RTY trade, it's not copying in the first place. You are confident with this trade? I mean, confident. I followed my rules, so I'm confident. And if it's not going right, it doesn't really matter. Do you trade full time? Yes. Well explained lectures last 2 weeks, man. Appreciate the work. Thanks. Yeah, no worries, man. I will like to provide some more value as well to y'all to get better, get better. That's why I'm doing these lives as well, to let y'all see how I view my price action and yeah, what I'm doing inside Lathyrus as well. How I help people to, for example, not rush in any trades down here, even though it's working. I mean, it was not confirmed for me yet here, so then I'm just waiting for closures. Maybe today it's working, but if you are trading like that, you will get fucked up sometimes as well. So buy your daily buys via logic. Shorts was tough to understand. Was it some you mean on NQES? That's just intraday price action, since overall my high time frame bias is of course bullish, but as y'all can see, NQ is not really trading that nice higher, right? It's just, as y'all can see, we close inside here, close inside there, we close inside here. Yesterday we closed inside here, so it's not very ideal to trade higher. So therefore it was more logical to see some sort of down movement to, for example, on previous day low on NQ or ES. YM is going higher, that's good for our RTY, I think. Yeah, RTY looking good. So this trade, yeah, it's just TP or stop loss since it's 2R. So, I mean, if it's close to here, if it's in this area, I mean, I go break even as well. Since we made such an expansion, it makes no sense to reverse here and then go higher. So we just use logic as well and observe what price action is doing. But we first need to see some follow through this high. We do not want to see it stall a little here. We want to see continuation. Yeah, not using trade copia though. Yeah, I mean, I think it has to do something with funding ticks. Since my oil trade from this morning, this one, was just copied fine. When I closed, it was copied fine, so everything was working. But somehow RTY is just not working sometimes. What you think about NQ? Higher? Still kind of higher. Maybe we get ES to the gap as well to go higher. It makes no sense for me to trade away from these highs if YM is failing to reverse from these highs aggressively, since we are taking this high, new phase of price consolidation. How can we trade consolidations? We either form an SMT at the lows or we run the low to go higher. So that's it. So it can still run the low here and go higher, or we form an SMT and go higher between ES. And like you're all saying, we have some FOMC tomorrow as well, so Can be just a choppy day like you see on NQ. Spool higher, but in this 1 5-minute candle we are undoing this whole move here. And RTY is dropping as well. I'm still holding this trade since we have no new invalidation here. I mean, it's not nice to do not see a follow through here, but I cannot trail either my stop loss or anything to a new invalidation. So we just wait. BTC once, please. You are on Bitcoin? Clear move to Jesus. Let me check Bitcoin. Yeah, nice rally. I don't know if you are long or short, but nice move. I'm on the same trade. I mean, that's on you, since I'm just trading my own plan, and if it's suiting your plan, you should trade it as well. But only, yeah, if it's your plan. If this is, yeah, how do I say it? You should not rely on someone to take signals, I think. But that's just how I view it. I think strength switched, confirmed, and Q to go higher. I still do think both can go higher. And Q, yes, since we leave those highs here. And that would be nice for RTY as well. But I don't know, I cannot really trade ES here. The only thing you can do is maybe long NQ here. Stop loss maybe around this here. And go break even at the high to target a little bit beyond the high. But only if it's your protocol, right? But look, for ES, this is what I mean. This is not a trade I want to take, even though I think if you are bullish, we're gonna run a little bit higher than the highs. But this is so close to the first target, so I'm just skipping this. 5 minute is the same. And at this point, we can better see why I'm just take the low or expand, obviously. And Q and ES trade, switch 30-minute, yup, to catch up. RTY micro name, I think it's M2K2. Yeah, it's this one from CME. Just this one. Yeah, M2K, yeah, it's the micro. So at this point, all the assets are looking good for higher, besides YM. But as y'all saying, we maybe switch some strength here, so it's nice. So let's see what's happening. My entry was before you. Tell it just, yeah, very good, man. If you can spot those trades yourself, then you're doing pretty good. Love to see it, actually. I mean, you could have traded. I was a little bit maybe too focused on the 5 minute. You could have traded this signature here as well. Stop run into a change, or this SMT into a CISD, right? This one. Then you would have traded this one here. So I missed this entry here, but look, it's barely 8 points or 10 points, so I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. Half risk, like I said, since I'm already up for the day on this trade here. So let's see. spotting the same trade as Ferocious when not streaming is the best feeling. I remember you sending me the trade on RTY as well, right? That was crazy. Love to see it, and I mean that shows that it's really logic that we are trading, right? Since I'm telling y'all how I trade, and y'all can see it yourself. So for real, for real. Let's go, man. But should not take a lot of time here. Want to see maybe a decent closure here, only 30 minutes as well, but next hourly candle coming up as well. I mean, I'm still bullish. Yeah. Invalidation still down there, so half risk, it's fine. When do you usually trail your stop? I think I said that a few minutes ago, but I will go over it for the same again. Since maybe you just tuned in. To trail my stop loss, I depends on how much RR I'm running. Since this trade is 2R, then I'm just to TP or stop loss. But if we are close to the draw, I'm just trading my stop loss to break even. Since that close, we should not reverse. That's just simple logic. We should not reverse that close here to my entry and then go higher. So that in the beginning. And if I'm taking like, I can go over it on oil. Yeah, on oil, I was like running 2R. It was like around this here, this price action. We are doing 2R. We expanded away from my entries, so we have expansion. So I can expect a retracement, but after we expand, it's not favorable for us to retrace that deep to expand again. So at 2R, I'm going break even, unless, like I'm saying today, it's just a 2R trade. Then I'm just holding to a stop loss or TP, or if you come close anywhere in this area, like this, I'm going break even myself. But that's just how I do it and how I tested everything. Since I saw in my backtest I'm avoiding some losses that did like 2, 2.3, 2.4 R, but still stop me out, right? So that's something I noticed in my journal. Can you explain yesterday 10 a.m. in trading NAS? It was SMT, I don't know where to enter which level. I mean, I personally did not trade it since, like I said, on the daily I'm still kind of bullish, right? But to trade the shorts, you could have just waited for the 10 a.m. here to open the next 4-hour candle, this one, since you can clearly see this is a bear candle. We have a swing point. I just did not like we trade away from the failure swings, but that aside, if you wanted to get on site, just wait for the 10 a.m. candle to trade to the failure swings down here if we reverse. YM showed, I mean the 1 hour showed the same. Reversal, not reversing from this low here. So you can just trade one of these signatures, stop run into a change, SMT into a change, or FEG into a CISD. What did we get here? On the 3 minute, if you zoom in, we have actually again the same. We have a fair value gap with the stop run here, or this one, but doesn't really matter since it's not making a change with this stop run in the first place. So you could have just traded, for example, this CISD of even, or even this one. Both were valid. Don't really matter since your invalidation is here after the CISD. So to get on site, you can see when is 10 a.m. Oh, it's actually the same. So this is so clean. I mean, it was just for me, the daily was not really supporting it, but we have like 10 a.m. opening here, trading into the gap, making in the making for the entry signature. So we actually get this one and this one overlapping. So what you can do is you could have just shorted at the close below, like this or something like that. Then in a few minutes you would have made 2-3R here. Some people in Lathyrus took it actually, so it was a good trade. I just rely a little bit more on the daily. But that's just how I view price. I could have not really traded away from these failure swings unless there was some form of SMT here to confirm the reversal. But yeah, I mean, continuation signature was there, just waiting for the 10 AM. Do you use string switch in the same way if an asset takes LQ? What do you mean with LQ? I think I use it as well. I mean, if you watch my daily bias video, you can see the things I use to confirm daily candles and new expansions. So I think that's a good video to watch, maybe. Since it's very structured as well. Let me remove some shit. I hope it makes sense for you to, how to get on site here. Yeah. Market is just wrong if we are not going higher from this here. Same for ES. This is what I mean. We can clearly see all the assets make some sort of CISD here. The other asset may be a little bit stronger than the other one, but we clearly can see some CISD. I think we have now the gap SMT here with ES, right? This one. Wait. This one here. We have the gap SMT here, allowing for higher prices, and RTY looking good as well. This is the 11 AM open. Like this. So we actually did a really strong closure here on the 30 minute, failing to reverse from this high. Same for the 1 hour. We are not reversing from previous candles high. So that's setting the stage for higher prices. So from now on, people that are not that strict as me, you can trade your stop loss maybe to the 10 AM open and this low here. Since we have the 10 AM open, the low, and this CISD here to protect your capital, since we should just expand higher here to the high here. Will you say that 5-minute NQ closure is good to long? I mean, I'm not here to get you on a trade or signal a trade, but it's looking good for longs from this candle, yeah. Since these are not really the order blocks I like, since we have a little down close candles here on the 5-minute here. Same for this one. I mean, it's holding price here, but those are the ones you want to trade. This one you want to trade. This one is the one you want to trade. Those are the real order blocks, and you can see we close above here and we find support here. What was the thing that make you profitable and succeed? I mean, it sounds very obvious, but it's just get in the data about what you want to see. What's working the best for you is that trading C2 candles on the daily, C3 candles on the daily, C4 candles on the daily, or C2 candles on the 4 hour. Just get everything in. Um, I mean, then you, if it's good in hindsight or in the backtest, you can trade a little more confident in the market, right? Since you know in the end you will be profitable. And if you just do something what you think is logic, then I think you are not going to be long in the game. And obviously we want to be long in the game, right? How would you view the current day's h4 closes since we have manipulation C2 on NQ? So you mean NQ current day C4 close? Yeah, I mean, I said it's good. We have previous day low. We form a 4-hour swing formation. So then you can fractalize your trade. You can look for 30 minutes or the 1 hour to trade, for example, this C3, or on the 1 hour this C3 to find an entry in. But as y'all can see, we are just making no gaps here, and I require or some SMT or some gaps or some stop runs, and we do not really have that on NQ here. Very clean, right? So, and my focus was more on RTY, YM maybe, and maybe ES, but we just we will see what's going on. Devil's Mark on RTY, not really though. This one here, I mean, Devil's Mark on 5 minutes. I do really care about 30-minute Devil's Mark or 1 hour Devil's Mark, but we have a little wick here, little wick. Michael, he is combining narrative with candle closures and not just every candle within a swing point SC2. Yeah, I mean, I need some SMT as well to trade candles. So we have the SMT here, so that's good. But there was just no entry for me here. As you can see, if you look at this, there is no entry on NQ. On ES, there is an entry, this one. But like I said, it's not favorable in terms of RR for me. Even though I think we will run a little bit higher than this high, maybe to here. First target is just not enough RR. But the entry here was good. We have the gap here, new C2 candle, to trade C3 next. So that was good. Only thing the RR here was not that good. Do you trade the C1, C2, C3 model? I'm never using something like C1. Yeah, I mean, we all do, but like I said, I'm trading C2 daily candles, C4, C3 as well on every time frame. I explained it in the beginning of the stream, exactly what my checklist was kind of. Thanks, Caleb. I also trade the same. I mean, I need some to confirm a reversal like today on RTY. I need some sort of SMT. That can be a 1 stage, so just a regular SMT. That can be a 2 stage. Today we have some form of 2 stage when RTY is initially lower here, I mean weaker, and then we get a stronger SMT here on the lower time frame. So it's switching strength. It's hinting at a strength switch. So that's nice. Or I need a PSP here. A few weeks ago, if you look at my Twitter, I think here on December 3rd, we had a very nice PSP here to trade longs, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. Yeah, this candle here was a down close on YM to confirm this SMT, or in this case PSP, with an SMT and a PSP. And both assets YM and RTY expand away from it. That's nice. No worries, Michael, no worries. So how price is looking right now? Expanding higher. We are making some relevant gap. So what can we expect? We can maybe expect a retracement, form a down close candle to then continue higher. So I do not expect price to expand in one direction. We can make some candles like we do here. This one, for example, we can print something here to go higher again. Current structure is looking good. I'm getting really lazy. Let me drink something. I'm turning my mic off 1 second. What do you use for key levels on the high time frame /H4? Previous candles highs and lows, so swing formations. For example, we have a swing on the 4 hour here, but we have previous candle here as well. That would have been nice too. Or we have a daily swing low or a daily. I think people that have questions about any type of daily approach, my video on that is really good, I think. Since it's just explaining everything I look for, and it's happening today again. Actually, we have our previous day low here into a reversal, confirmed with the SMT here, um, to trade the next continuation candle. This is actually almost the same this trade as this trade here, as y'all can see. Down, reversal. And that's not how I'm trading, since I'm trading with rules, but it's looking the same, right? And that shows it's consistent in the market. What's your top-down analysis? Starting on the daily, I need a C2 or C3 candle, or sometimes C4. Then going to the 4 hour as well to form a continuation or a reversal candle. Today, this 10 a.m. was a continuation candle, like I explained in the beginning. And um, from there on, I want to be engaged in a fractal. So today's fractal was this one. We have this C2 reversal into expansion and close. I'm trading the C3 candle, since that's allowed in my approach. Then I can just look for an entry setup like this CISD here. Could have taken a 3 minute here as well. We had a stop run and SMT into a change. So then it would have been this one. But today I just used this one on a 5 minute. It worked as well. So took the long here, like I explained. Live, no hindsight. Yeah, I'm working on some next videos as well, and one of my latest videos will be about top down, putting everything together, how to align everything to actually put on the trade. That would be one of the later videos. ES just fucked up, closed. It's logical to expand a little bit through here, but yeah. You move, stop loss break even. Let me check. Yeah, like I explained when putting on the trade, my TP is exactly at this level, because it would have been 2R. I'm putting my stop loss here, like you guys are saying. I'm putting it break even. Makes no sense to come all the way back up here. Like I said, we can go to the gap and go higher, but I don't really care anymore. It's close to drawn liquidity. Expansion should not retrace that deep into this one here. So going break even. We'll put it in the marks break even, like this. Live, no motherfucking hindsight, goat. We need to hit TP first. Please don't jinx it, but I mean, I walked pretty good through this trade, right? So no hindsight at all. Explained exactly what I wanted to see. So yeah. How come you weren't interested in YM longs and close RTY instead? YM would have been a long too, but it's not looking that good. I don't know. I explained it when I put on a trade. I explained it like RTY is just looking better like a range and clear for a continuation here. Since YM did not really make a clear stop run, it did here, but here we get not really a change fast. We get here. I mean, you could have traded it here. When we closed above, you would have not been stopped out really if you put it down there, but I don't know, YM or RTY was just looking cleaner. Perfect trade, well done, mate. I mean, I'm not there yet. We need to go here. We need a little push, so please don't jinx it like it's a winner already. I mean, I cannot lose anymore. That's true, since I'm break even, but I think you're jinxing it here. Is the stream recorded? I mean, yeah, I mean not recorded in the case I'm using OBS for it. It's gonna be uploaded after the stream to YouTube automatically, so it's like when I'm done with the stream, it's gonna render for maybe an hour, and then you can view it on my YouTube, since then it's uploaded. You weren't about 6 hour gap YM, the retracement phase of price. I mean, if you wanted the shorts on YM, we should have reversed from this high here, this high, and this high, and we left diabolical failure swings here on relative equal highs on ES to trade onto later. So good read on that as well. And Q least favorite, but it's delivering as well, reversing here, but not any of these entry signatures really. Most really want use RTYM. Yeah, to trade RTY I use YM. So for a trade that I want to take on RTY, I use an SMT with YM, but it's not the other way around. If I want to trade YM, I need SMT with NQ, and that's what we got here as well. We get SMT and Q taking previous day low while YM does not. And this SMT here, so it's looking, Jesus, what's it doing? Did I do that? That's not what's supposed to happen. It was exactly here. Jesus, what did I do? And we are targeting exactly to R to the high, like this. This is the trade. Was bias previous day low, previous highs taken? If we are at a relevant key level, like you're saying, for a potential reversal, we can expect a new phase of price. If you want to see a reversal, we form a V-shaped reversal. If it's going to consolidate, we can still reverse if we get some SMT, or if we get a stop run like this, or we going to consolidate and continue lower. So if you want to see how I use like previous day low, previous day high, or swing highs and lows in the market, watch my daily bias video, since I'm explaining really good what I want to see and what we can expect around those important levels, how you frame your reversals, continuations, and how to trade consolidations if it's happening around here at key levels, right? So on ES here, we have our relevant levels here. How are we behaving? Are we reversing? Then we want to see a strong reaction making a CISD here, like this. Or are we, for example, gonna consolidate a bit here, continue higher, making a stop run into a gap, or are we gonna trade into gap to go higher? Then we just want to see one of these forms here at the high and no reversal. Do you use PSP? Yes. To confirm a low, for example, this low on ES, or this one on NQ, or today's one on RTY, I use a one stage, so just a regular SMT. I use a PSP or a two-stage crack. And today we got kind of a two stage when RTY is initially weaker here, taking the low, and YM does not. And then we have a bullish SMT here making a change. So there we have this one, SMT into CISD. So we actually have both entry sequences here. Stop run into a change and an SMT here. Pretty close to drawn liquidity here. I mean, it looks like not a lot of money, but I'm just trading multiple accounts, so. And like I said, I was gonna risk half, right? So we better not reverse here. Let me pull up the 5-minute. Underrated. Appreciate it, Marcelo. Appreciate it. Many thanks, sir. No worries, man. Feel free to tune in Friday as well. Definitely going to rewatch the stream later. Thank you. No worries, man. It will be uploaded to YouTube, so feel free to watch it, yeah. Being live for 2 hours, appreciate the effort. Yeah, it's been a long sit, but I think it's gonna hit like TP in a bit, so then I'm heading off, right? Obviously. Is this your first stream trade? No, I traded on stream like the first stream as well, took a loss and a break even, and I think I took another RTY on stream as well. Initial trade was a losing trade, but we formed another entry, so I re-entered with the same idea, and that was a 3R win. So do you stream frequently inside? Yes, sir. I stream like 1 or 2 times a week in Lathyrus as well. What do you think of this model? Let reversal form trade out of one. Yeah, I mean, I cannot say anything about something like that since you have to, obviously, you need to test it, right? If it's working in the market. Then you can live trade it. If we want to learn more from you, should we join Lathyrus or is there any other way? I mean, I'm live streaming here, so you can ask me here, but in Lathyrus we can help you more specific on specific questions. I'm doing like 1 or 2 streams a week there, Q&A, price action review, things like that, or streaming the open there inside Lathyrus like I'm doing here. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing inside Lathyrus. It's just like it's not one-on-one, but it's you make it a little bit more personal there. New to futures, I'm about to try and I mean, if it's one challenge and you're one of your first ones, you should just risk, like you're saying, a half percent. Nothing more. Just be consistent on the challenge, and then you can be consistent at the funded as well. don't rush the challenge by making one good trade, and then you will blow the fund, believe me. Bro, it's a psychology question. If you already entered in C3 and market is reversing to your... It's just like how I said, I'm going break even um, at 2R, since then we are clearly expanding higher. Look, we are clearly expanding higher. Um, we are doing criminal things right now, but we are expanding. It makes no sense to... We formed like a tick away from this. It makes no sense to reverse and then go to TP. I'm still open to do this, but... And you should just focus for the entries on the candles, but as of now I'm like in a C4 on the 1 hour, but my entry already happened here, so it's still fine. I'm not expecting the C3 to make the delivery or the C2. I can hold to through C4s or C5s as well, just as long as lower time frame is doing things like this, new invalidations, etc. Do you limit yourself for entry? I'm trading these assets here, other assets I'm trading. I'm taking 2 trades a day, one with half risk, one with full risk. I took this one CL with full risk. I took this one with half risk, like I said in the trade, or when I took the trade here. So yeah, basically that. And by that I'm taking like 2 trades a day. What's your trading model, and can you share some secret? I mean, if you go to the beginning of the stream, I watched like what I want to see on every time frame. I made like a little schematic in the top. You can watch there what I said about trades. Took same trade, brother, booked, hit. We hit like... We are currently etching previously high. And a little bit reversing, but it's fine, it's fine. I'm still believing. And I'm already break even, so... Am I tweaking? No, you're not, bro, you're not. It's doing criminal things again. Once again. Suppose you have passed your first 10k challenge and you are broke if you get 100 payout. I mean, if it's your only one account, you just should keep that 100 bucks and look for more payouts consistent on a 10k before scaling, since yeah, I mean, it's pretty low amount, but everyone's starting somewhere, right? So that's good. But don't buy a 25k with that 100 bucks. Get like 3, 4, 5 payouts first, then scale. Then you let your mind get into, how do I say it? Yeah, you just get used to making money, and you do not want to rush the new accounts as well by making more money, more money. Any encouragement for us, or what do you mean? What do you mean? 99 likes. I'm sure we get the 100 likes. I'm sure. One people can push the button. Yes, sir. 100 likes, really appreciate it. I was like, are we gonna etch me at the 100 likes, just like RTY is doing here, or... We have a new 30-minute opening as well. Bro, this is, for now, this is just criminal. But I don't want to see us really get below this order block here, start of an expansion, and do all of this expansion. Like, this makes no sense. Makes no sense. So it's break even or it's TP from now on. I don't really care since I took my full position on oil as well. How much time have you been trading? 6 years almost. It's a little bit more than 5 years, starting with crypto, jumped into Forex as well, some retail concepts, starting with ICT on Forex, and now for like months on futures. But I already made some money on Forex before jumping into futures. But at some point, Forex was just ass, really ass. So I started testing some shit on futures as well. So turned out pretty good. But I'm already live more than 2 hours, so I think I'm just cutting it here. How old are you? I'm 21. How do you deal with not having discipline? I mean, at some point you just know you need to be disciplined to get the things you want, to pass the funnel. So believe me, at some point, for someone it's earlier than another one, but at some point you're gonna think like, I need to get disciplined to get what I want, right? Thanks for the session, man. Have a great day. Yeah, I mean, y'all know what I'm doing here is either a break even or we hit TP. So I'm just leaving it as it is. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope y'all appreciated the stream. It was great for having y'all here. And we'll talk to y'all Friday by streaming on Friday. Ending the stream here. Peace, peace, everyone. Thanks, mate. No worries. Peace, peace.